Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to continue building the Tamiya XV-02 chassis kit. And we're going to be working on the front and rear dampers. We're going to be doing steps 31 all the way to step 40. So let's not waste any time, get started. We're going to need everything that is in the deep parts bag. There's a lot of moving parts on these dampers and we need to make sure we build them correctly. So it looks like we're going to start right here with the body itself. Today I'm going to have a pair of pliers so far. I might need a pick. I also have my green slime and maybe need a pair of tweezers. And I'm also going to use my shock stand. Okay, so I'm not going to do these two. I'm just going to set them aside. Won't need that yet. So let's focus on the bodies. So looks like we need to disassemble them. I think we just need to disassemble this part right here. So let's start right here. We need to put the O-ring in here, inside, like that. So we need to make sure that it's seated inside all the way around. And now we're going to put it back on the body. Okay, I'm just going to leave it halfway. Now we're going to take a shaft. You can use whatever pliers you want if you want something to hold it, but I'm going to use these needle nose pliers to help me with the E-rings. So the E-rings need to go into these two grooves, and I usually do the bottom one first. Like that. Then we're going to put a piston on, and it's a 3-hole piston. I think those are the only one in here. So slip that on, and now we're going to put another E-ring on top to lock it in place. Put my thumb on top just in case, to prevent it from flying away in case it comes off of the pliers or whatnot. So there we go. Now that they're snapped on, we need 2 rubber O-rings here, and they're going to be black. So it's going to be these 2 right here. And again, this is just something I do, and you don't have to do this. I like to put green slime onto O-rings. So now we're going to push this through that hole down there, like that. Okay. Let me do the same thing for this one right here. So let's push this through the body right there. Okay, let's set that aside. Move on to the next page. Okay, again, we need to pay attention here. So, from this end, it's going to be MD5, which is going to be a shaft guide. It's relatively narrow. I think it's going to be... this one, but yeah, there's a groove here, just like the drawing. I don't know if you can see that, but there is a ring there. So make sure that's pointing away from the damper. And then next are 2 O-rings, and this time it's going to be MD9. It's going to be the clear ones. So it's going to be 2 clear rubber O-rings, and then MD4 is going to be this right here. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a little bit of a lip there. So that's going to be MD4, and then the end cap. Okay, so let's just start putting these in. All right, so I'm going to start with that. And then 2 of these clear O-rings. And it says here to put some oil. I'll just do that instead of the green slime. We'll just do it this way. Okay. And then this. So it should look like that when you're done. Okay. And then the end cap. This is the end cap. Rod guide cap. Okay, so we need a black O-ring. Going to be this one. And then A3. We're going to need the A-tree. A3 is going to be those 2 right there. Since these are outside of the damper body, I think these are to limit the travel of the damper themselves, how far they can go up and down. Okay, so here we go. And then now we're going to put on V5, which is these are the V parts, and it's going to be V5, so it's going to be this shorter one. And so from here, you can either use a pair of pliers with a piece of napkin like this. I will use the shock shaft pliers. This one. Now I'm going to twist this on. Okay. There we go. Should look like that. We set that aside. Let's work on this one. Let's see where we are. So let me take those 2 away. Okay, so now we're going to get ready to fill them up. And we have the damper oil, and we're going to need these oil seal caps right here, these rubber things. So we're just going to basically filled them up. I don't know if you can see that. Pretty much to the very top. So pull down piston and pour oil into cylinder. We did that. Remove air bubbles by slowly moving piston up and down. So we're just going to do this. Do it slowly. Actually, allowing the damper oil to go under the piston. So now we need to top it off a little bit more. And just work it. And you are creating bubbles by doing this. You are pushing it out from under the pistons. So we need to let the bubbles escape. So I don't think it says here, but I usually let these sit for about 20 minutes, let the air bubbles escape. So that's what we're going to do. Okay, it's been about 20 minutes, and we're going to continue by dropping these oil seals on top. If there's any leakage, you can just wipe away the excess. Doesn't seem like I do right now. Now we need to grab V9. And V9 is going to be these right here. And then we're going to put that on top and screw the cap back on. And okay. And that's step 33. Let's work on step 34, which is to put on the spring and the spring cup. So we're going to need V3. It's going to be that right there. Okay, let's read this. Compress spring to attach V3. Make 2, obviously. Rotate spring adjuster to adjust the tension and ground clearance, obviously. It's going to be easier if we turn this spring adjuster closer to the top. Then we don't have to compress the spring so much to get this part in. So there we go. One completed. And it's going to look like that when you're done. So those are the front dampers ready to go. So let's bring in the chassis, and they're going to snap onto these 4 ball ends right there. All right. And there we go. The front suspension is done, and it looks really good. This blue anodized aluminum makes this car looks premium. It looks really good. Okay. Let's start working on the rear dampers. All right, let's jump right into it. It's going to be exactly the same. Okay. Start by putting the O-ring into here. There we go. And we're going to put one black O-ring right there. Was it one? Last time it was two, so this time it's going to be just one. So that's one of the differences between the front and the rear. All right, same thing right here as we did last time. It's going to be this right here and the groove side away from the damper body. These two MD9, they're the silicone O-rings, they're the clear ones. Now we're going to need a spacer. This spacer right here, O-ring, this O-ring, and then this spacer is A3. So I think we're going to need to grab the other tree. Yeah, A3 is right there. Okay. Now let's do the other side. The O-ring's already on here, I think. Yep. Now let's work on the shaft. If you mess up and lose one, they provide 2 extra ones right there. Right, so now we need the black O-ring. Okay. Now we're going to fill up the dampers. Now I'm going to wait on these for 20 minutes. Okay, it's been 20 minutes and we're just going to put these oil seals and there we go. We're done. Now we're going to put it on the car. And they're going to go on these 4 studs, just like in the front. Right, and that's it. So the rear looks like that, the front looks like that. It looks really good. So today we started at step 31 all the way to 40, and we built and attached the front and rear dampers. They look really good. Like I said in the last video, we are getting close to the end. In the next one, we're going to be building, we're going to be installing the electronics. That's usually one of the most popular videos in the whole series. So we're going to work on the servo, ESC, and then connect them to the motor, the switch, and then after that we got the wheels, and we're pretty much done. So thanks for watching this one. If you got anything out of it, please drop a like, subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys in the next one.